this function has no maximum value. Okay, so it keeps on increasing. I can give any value, so I will get one value. So that we have to specify here. See here, so this whole thing is take some value plus 3. That means as mod x tends to infinity, okay, this function mod x tends to infinity, then the given function has, okay, this also tends to infinity. That means the function has no maximum. See this, the function has no maximum value. So we cannot say this is the maximum value. See, if I give x is equal to 1, I will get 3. If I give x is equal to 2, 4 minus 3 square 9, 9 plus 3 12. So that's why that as mod x tends to infinity, that this value tends to infinity, this function takes the more larger values. That means the function has no maximum value. So this is the first example. Let us consider another example of this kind. Okay, here I have used the second derivative test. So once again we are making use of that second derivative test which we have discussed in our previous class. So that's why we have to remember the statement of second derivative test perfectly. Then second function is, let me write it. So f of x is equal to 9x square plus 12x plus 2. See, what is the question? We have to find the maximum and minimum values of the following function. That's it. So differentiate this with respect to x as usual. Then I will get what? F dash x is equal to, see, 9x square is there in first term. So that will be what? 18x plus derivative of 12x is 12. The derivative of 2 is what? 0. This is the first derivative. Then okay, differentiate again with respect to x. So you will get what? F double dash x is equal to derivative of 18x is what? 18. Now equate the first derivative to 0 to get the critical point. What is the first derivative? 18x plus 12 is equal to 0. See, it is a linear equation. So shift 12 to right hand side, you get minus 12. Minus 12 by 18. So if I cancel this, 6 2s are 6 3s are. So that will be what? Minus 2 by 3. See, we have got one point here. X is equal to minus 2 by 3. So then you take here, observe the second derivative. See, f double dash x at the point which we obtained, this remains still, it is 18. See, right hand side is 18. So clearly this is a positive value, greater than 0. That means what? It is positive. So second derivative is positive, means once again by second derivative test, x is equal to minus 2 by 3 is a point of local minima. See, observe this. It is a point of local minima. So it has minimum value. So what is the minimum value? Put x is equal to minus 2 by 3 in the given function to get the minimum value. So what is the function? See, function is here. So I am putting there. See, x f of minus 2 by 3 is equal to, see, substitute minus 2 by 3 in place of x. 9 into, see, minus 2 by 3 whole square plus 12 into minus 2 by 3 plus 2 constant. Okay. Then 9 into, see, minus 2 whole square means 4. 4 by 3 square means 9. Then plus into minus minus. You can cancel this 3 1s are 3 4s. So 4 2s are 8 plus 2. Then this 9 cancels. 4 minus 8 plus 2. So 6 minus 8, that will be what? Minus 2. So this is the minimum value. Local minimum value of the given function. Okay. Then once again, does this function has any maximum value? No. We cannot say this is the maximum. It has no maximum value. So the given function, you can write it here. The given function has no maximum value. Okay. Given function has no maximum value. So this is the second example. So let me go for another example. Okay, so let me consider another example. Okay, third one. So given function is f of x is equal to minus of x minus 1 whole square plus 10 and where x is a real number. Okay, we have to find the minimum, maximum or minimum value of this function. So once again, you differentiate this as usual with respect to x. So we'll get what? F dash x. See, minus is there. Once again, use the power rule. So minus I will write as it is. Minus means minus 1. That is a constant. Derivative of x minus 1 whole square is x to the power of n. So n into x to the power of n minus 1 means I will get 1 into derivative of inner quantity. Derivative of x is what? 1 only. Plus derivative of 10 is what? 0. So that we need not write here. That's why I have written only this. This is the first derivative. Then okay, differentiate again to get the second derivative. Differentiate again with respect to x. So we'll get what? F double dash x on the left hand side. See, minus 2 is constant into derivative of x is what? 1. Then this derivative of 1 is 0. So minus 2 into 1, that will be minus 2. Derivative of x is 1. So that will be only minus 2. Now to get the critical points, so we equate the first order derivative to 0. See, what are the first order derivative? This is minus 2 into x minus 1 is equal to 0. This cannot be, so see, this is not possible. So I can write this x minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to what? 1. See, this is the critical point. Now you take the second derivative. F double dash x, my second derivative at this point. What is this? See, x is equal to 1. See, substitute x is equal to 1 in the second derivative. So that is, see, f double dash x is what I got? Minus 2. Okay. So what is this? Minus 2. See, minus 2 constant. It remains minus 2 only because it doesn't contain any variable. So it is less than 0. See, negative. See, second derivative is negative means by second derivative test, or we can write it directly by the second derivative test, x is equal to 1 is a point of local maxima. See, local maxima. Therefore, it has a maximum value. Put x is equal to 1 in the given function. So where is the given function? See, I will put 1 here. F of 1 is equal to, see, minus of, I will put 1 here. 1 minus 1 whole square plus 10. So minus of 1 minus 1 is 0. That is 0 plus 10. So that will be what? So value is what? See, 10. So this is the maximum value. Maximum value. See, function attains its maximum value at x is equal to 1. Then, see, does this function has minimum value? See, we have found out the maximum value. What is the maximum value? That is 10. So, does this function has minimum value? See here, minus of x minus 1 whole square. See, whatever the value, whatever the real numbers I give for x, 1, 2, 3, 4, it will be, see, once again it is, it gives me so many values. So, this function does not have minimum value. It has maximum value, but it does not have any minimum value because this whole quantity takes whatever the values you give. So, the given function has no minimum. Okay, the given function has no minimum value because see, as x tends to, see, what, as we go on giving the values for x, say as x tends to infinity, so as large as the values may be, this quantity, whatever the quantity, see, minus of this, so as we give larger values or whatever the values or whatever the real numbers for x, this minus of x minus 1 whole square, this takes or this tends to infinity. Okay, tends to minus infinity. See, minus infinity. That means this function, it implies that function takes, see, minus infinity. That has no, we cannot specifically say that this is a minimum value. Therefore, the function has no minimum value. So we can write it in one sentence only. The given function has no minimum value, but it has a maximum value. At x is equal to 1, the function attains its maximum value. What is the maximum value? 10. But this function has no minimum value. So we can specify that. Okay, let me consider the fourth example. So what is the fourth one? Let me consider the fourth example. function is, see, g of x is equal to x cube plus 1, x belongs to real number. Okay, let us find the maximum and minimum value. Okay, see, consider this. Differentiate this with respect to x again. See, g of x, differentiating this, what I will get? G dash x. Derivative of x cube is what? 3x square plus derivative of constant is what? 0. Then once again you differentiate this with respect to x. Okay, you will get what? G double dash x. So derivative of 3x square is what? 6x. Okay, then equate the first order derivative. Instead of f they have used g. Okay, then g dash x is 0 means 3x square is equal to 0. Or if I solve for x, I will get what? X is equal to what? See, x is equal to 0. Then you consider the second derivative. See, second derivative, observe this, second derivative at the critical point, what happens? See, 6x, that is 6 into 0. See, once again I got 0. See, one example we got previously. See, now what is the case here? See, g dash, so we are observing this. See, our point is 0. Okay, g dash 0. If I put x is equal to 0 in the first order derivative, I get 0. And I already got this as 0. G double dash 0 as 0. See, second order derivative fails, or this point is neither a point of local maxima or local minima. Therefore it has no maximum or minimum value. So by second derivative test, we have, see, both are 0. So second derivative test fails. That means x is equal to 0 is neither, observe this, neither a point of local minima nor a point of local maxima. Therefore, the function has no maximum. The function has neither maximum value. Okay, let me write like this. Function has neither maximum value nor minimum. Okay, neither maximum value nor minimum value. So this function has neither maximum value nor minimum value, because first order derivative at the critical point is 0, second order derivative is also 0, then the second derivative test fails. That means it has neither maximum value nor minimum value. So in this way we can make use of the second derivative test. Okay, so we have worked out some of the examples in this class. So I hope you got the idea. So once again you go through the statements of first order derivative and second order derivative and make use of the statement. Okay, so in this way we can solve the problems here. Okay, let me consider some more problems in the next class and make use of this second derivative test to solve some more problems.